Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. Make sure you do all the good stuff to help support the video and me by hitting the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell. And never miss anything to do. Talking to comments, I've got quite a few to catch up on, especially with my Birmingham Peaky Buddha series. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out, but I will catch up on my comments. I always do. But thank you for tuning in and thank you for your view. That is the most important thing. Now, you may or may not have seen that recently I made a little video, just a bit of fun, where I put Rangers and Celtic in the Premier League. We jumped in at 10 years and we jumped in at 2050. Both of the teams won major trophies. One did better than the other. But I really enjoyed it. It was a bit of fun. So I wanted to do it again with one of my all-time favourite teams, Boca Juniors. And then in that video, put it out to you guys to decide some more. And I've got quite a lot of options. And I selected some more. So we've got another one from South America, Flamengo from Brazil. We've got the mighty Ajax from Holland and Galatasaray from Turkey. They've all been put into the English Premier League. It's going to be the same format, jump in at 10 years, then jump in at 2050 and see who comes out on top. I want to know what you think. Do we think these because they're massive clubs, big stadiums, loads of fans, will they rise to the top or will they crash and burn? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? So here we are. It's the 3rd of July 2023 with the season odds for the Premier League. Now, the only thing I've changed for all these teams is I gave them all a little welcome to the Premier League and I gave them 100 million each. That is it. Just 100 million in their bank account, everyone to spend, and that's it. Everything else has stayed the same. I've not changed anything. Their fans, their facilities, the ticket prices, none of that. That will all hopefully organically change over the years. Just a nice little welcome to the Premier League. Have some money, go and spend it. Right, so with their squads and everything else, the computer's algorithm places them in order of who they think will do well in this first season. So as we can see, City favourites, Liverpool, Newcastle United, Arsenal, Chelsea. The first team on the list is Galatasaray from Turkey. Then we've got Ajax and Flamengo and Boca 17th. So none of them are predicted to go down, although Boca, who I'm hoping come out on top. Good. So we'll have to wait and see. It's random. The thing I'm thinking of is travel. Ajax, Galatasaray, not too bad. But those away games in Brazil and Argentina, them players coming back and forth, will that have an effect? Will it have an effect on the players it can attract? Will it have an effect on them with all that travel? I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? So we'll start with my favourite team, Boca Juniors. I just like Boca Juniors. I always have. Love the colours of the stadium, everything about them. And I did a series with them called Bood's Boca Boys, one of my favourite. Really enjoyed it. It's one of them that was not too long, but I wish I could have done it for longer. So like I said, nothing has changed. They've got the same squads they would have at the very beginning of FM24. They've just got that 100 million, but look at the stadium. Big stadium, they have a big fan base. I mean, is that true? Because I haven't changed that. 54,000 season ticket holders for a 54,000 capacity stadium. Well, yeah. But, you know, ticket price, 13 quid for a Premier League match. Bargain. While we're over here in South America, let's just go up to Brazil with Flamengo. Again, cracking team, great kits, by the way. They've left Brazil. They're in the Premier League. Going to an away day at Rio de Janeiro would be fun. Again, cheap tickets there, isn't there? I'm going to be interested, will that go up? I might make a note actually, because I don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I've holidayed 10 years and I just left it holidaying and kept looking till it got to 2050, then stopped and saved it. It's all new for me too. Now we're over to Holland for cheeky Buddha and some nice coffee. And to see Ajax, who I think, I don't know, will probably come out on top. Come on, they've got the great European history. They've got a million Champions Leagues. Massive club. Now they're in the Premier League. With Premier League money, I expect them to do similar to what Rangers and Celtic did, personally. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, great stadium. And then the ticket prices, I mean, 24 quid. They've got to go up, surely. Last but not least, we're off to Turkey with Galatasaray. I can't pronounce that stadium name. Wowzers. But, you know, great club, big club, lots of history in Turkey. Can they take that into the Premier League? They've got expensive tickets compared to everyone else, aren't they? But, you know, we'll check all that out. We'll check out everything. how well they do, how much money they spend, can they win any major trophies? I'm excited to see. So here we are now, it's the 1st of July 2033. In England's page, none of them are in that top 6 major clubs, but I'm hoping they've all done well, and we're just going to start again with Boca Juniors, who find themselves in the Sky Bet Championship. So it's not gone well, has it? It might have gone well, and they might have just gone in. We'll see. Like I said, I made a note though. So the ticket prices have gone up from 13 quid to 24. Season ticket prices have nearly doubled. Stadium's the same, so they've not improved that. The Championship, ouch. So it looks like they got relegated straight away, finishing bottom of the league. They had some money to spend. I could have kept them up, surely. And they went straight down to 21st in the Championship, bounced back up, and then had a nice climb here where they finished 5th, obviously won the playoffs, and stayed in the Premier League for a few seasons, albeit just until recently. So they've just been relegated this season, finishing 19th, and they're in the Championship again. Now, with the South American teams, their histories have been cleared. I don't know why, but when it's Ajax and Galatasaray, they've still got their original histories from their country. So I don't know why. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, they've still kept that. I don't know why. But they've won nothing. Again, we'll stay in South America, on to Brazil with Flamengo, who are a Premier League team. And their ticket prices have doubled. The season ticket price has nearly doubled. And the stadium has stayed the same. But most importantly, they're in the Prem. Well, they too have been in the Championship. I mean, it's only the first 10 years. I think at this time. But they finished, 14th, 17th, so nearly 14th, 17th. Then they went down 9th. But they won it, so they've got a trophy, and they've gone all the way up to 6, which is pretty cool, and just finished 10th. So you can see again, it's cleared all theirs apart from their Intercontinental Champions Cup, Clubs Cup, whatever that is. But they've got a Sky Bet Championship, which is something. So they're technically winning so far. Next is Ajax, or Ajax, as I used to call them when I was a little kid. They're in the Premier League. They stayed in the Premier League. Their ticket price have gone up 10 quid, 100 quid on their season ticket price, pretty much. Stadium has stayed the same. But again, the most important thing is being in the Prem, and they're there. Although they've been in the Championship a couple of times, they're all struggling, aren't they? They're all struggling. I mean, just in case you haven't watched the Glasgow and Celtic version of this, I don't want to spoil it, but they both did all right. One team dipped and then came back with a vengeance. But wow, so... I mean, they did all right that first season, then got relegated, season in Championship, won the playoffs, good few years back in the Prem until they finished bottom of the league, straight down to 14th, and again, a playoff victory. They're back. And as you can see, they've kept their history. Don't know why, but they have. But they've won nothing yet. Finally, on to Galatasaray, who have Harvey Elliott as their captain. Talking to Harvey Elliott, make sure you look out for my new Birmingham series episode coming soon this week, hopefully. Bit of a spoiler for you. But yeah, Galatasaray are in the Prem. But at the minute, got teams not doing very well. They're doing all right. Flamengo have got a Sky Bet Championship. Have Galatasaray at least stayed in the Premiership? No, they've had to stay in the Championship too. Wow, but they did really well there. First season mid-table and improved to this. A 16th, 12th, 15th, 11th, 11th, 18th relegated, again down into 8th, a season in the Championship, and they've just come up in 2nd. Wow. And again, no trophies. So at the minute, after 10 years, Flamengo are winning purely based on the fact that they've won a trophy. But at the end, we'll see who's in the Premier League, who's done the best. And can they win anything? Can they win any majors? Carabao Cup, FA Cup, a Premier League? Can anyone win anything in Europe? You expect if we jump forward to 2050, I mean, it's another 17 years. Someone should. Surely, at least an FA Cup or something. We'll find out. But before we do, let's just look at where the clubs are predicted to be this season after 10 years. And Boca in the Championship predicted to be 8th, even though they've just been relegated. What's going on with the juniors? Over to the Premier League odds. Flamengo 14th, they're looking safe, but Galatasaray and Ajax have just come up. Ajax predicted to go down. Galatasaray are in there, around there, could go down. It's just after the last one because, like I said, won't ruin it, but one team, but they both won trophies. one team did very well towards the end. And no, that team, if you've seen that video, I've been asked, didn't have a tycoon takeover. That's why I didn't show it, because they didn't, or would have. They just did well. So one of these teams could do that over the next 17 years, but will they? Let's find out and jump to 2050. And here we are on the 1st of July, 2050. If you look at the 6 major clubs of England, Brighton are on there. Brighton. Fair play to them. Right then, should we just keep the same format? And we'll start with my favourites, who were doing awful. Boca Juniors. Oh God. Boca bloody Juniors are doing even worse. In the year 2050, Boca Juniors find themselves in the Sky Bet League One. Sky Bet League One, never improved that stadium. Ticket prices have gone right down again. Don't blame them. I mean, it does make you wonder, is it the travel? Could that affect it in-game, or does it even know? I know when you play European games, sometimes you get it in the news, don't you? Oh, the fans are travelling 2,000 miles to whatever. Would that play a factor in them not being that successful? But I think if a human was in charge on this, you could be. I always say that, but I'm gutted about that. Have they got here? Right, they've been here before. They've been here before. So what is it? 2033, 34. That's roughly when we last saw them. They got relegated. They just slid down until they finished 22nd in the Championship. Then they finished 2nd in League One, so they didn't even win it. Came up one season, 20th, then jumped up. I think, oh, is that them on the rise? No, 3rd. Straight back down in 20th, and they've just plodded along, getting pretty crap and then averagely crap over the next few years in the Championship until they finished 24th, and now they've just finished 10th. Pathetic. But they won a trophy. They won a trophy. The Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Is that better than the Sky Bet Championship? I'd say so. I'm not being biased. In 2038, Boca Juniors beat Grimsby at Wembley for the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. It's summit, innit? If you like Boca Juniors. I mean, I've just gone on the landmarks because obviously people went to see it in the last one. You can see, look at that. How many times have they scrapped the youth club setup? What the hell? I mean, they've been in administration two times. Wow. Yeah, it's not been run right, has it? They have absolutely struggled in England. Now, I won't go through all the transfers because it would take forever for all 4 teams, but I have sat there with a calculator and calculated the money they spent to get to this position with a Bristol Street Motors Trophy and being in Sky Bet League One. Well, Boca Juniors over this period, what is it, 27 years, have spent 423 million, which ain't tons, but you know, they've spent time in the lower levels. There was a period, I think, when they were in administration where they didn't spend anything for 3 years. Now, I do intend to put the Rangers Celtic save file out there. I'm going to put it in the description at some point on the old video. I might put it on this one as well. And I'm going to put this one out there as well. I genuinely think you could do better. This has been massively disappointed for the Argentinian team. Again, we'll stay in South America and we'll move to Brazil, to Flamengo, who are in the Sky Bet Championship. They are struggling, aren't they? Or is it just a South American thing? We'll find out in a bit. Obviously, they were in the Prem, but they just slowly slipped out of it, finishing 20th. Crashed and burned. Spent a few years in the Championship, but won it. That's the 2nd time they've won it. Straight up and straight back down. Crashed and burned to 17th, but bounced back. Won it again. So they've won 3 championships. That is definitely better than a Bristol Street Motors. It's nothing fancy at the minute. No Champions Leagues. They have struggled, but they went straight back down at 20th, where they crashed and burned again. They had to go down, they hurt, and then slowly come back. But they finished 11th. So yeah, 3 Sky Bet Championships at the minute. Like I said, it's not glamorous, but I'd say that's got them on top. Unless, you know, there's a team that's been consistent in the last few years in the Premier League, I'd say that's better than winning championships, even if they'd won nothing, but we don't know yet. I don't know. Let's have a quick look. They did go into administration in 2027 and then looked like they've been okay for a while. So yeah, both of them teams struggled, really. And Ajax, the team I think would probably do the best, have done any better. Before we find out, this is the facilities page for Flamengo. And again, I've added up all the transfers, money they've spent over the last 27 years to get to this point. And they spent more than Boca. They spent 723 million. Now we're going over to Holland, and I was thinking Ajax might have kind of saved face for these 4 teams, but at the minute, no, because they are in the Sky Bet freaking Championship. Although the stadium's definitely improved, and I think it was 55,000 at the start. It's now 62. But they're not where they should be. They in fact got relegated. We knew they went up, don't we? They got relegated, sent straight back down, and spent years in the Championship, years and years and years, until they finished 4th in 2042. Won a playoff, went straight back down. So over them last, 20 years, they've gone in the Premier League twice and just gone straight back down. Been absolutely dire. And I've been pretty shit ever since in the Championship. Just finished 15th. And I've won 0 trophies. 0 trophies since they moved to England. And they've also flirted with administration in 2030. I wonder why, though, because they're in England. They're not. The big clubs with big stadiums, big fans. All 3 teams so far have had trouble with administration. They've been run badly and not really achieved what they could have. Because all of these teams run right, definitely with us in charge, I bet. Could have done better than this. But then, you know, I've already done this with 2 teams from Scotland. They were more suited. Is it a travel thing that's affected them? I don't know. But I'm a bit shocked. I was expecting big things after the last video. But we've still got 1 team left, which is Galatasaray in Turkey, where they save face on this little experiment. We'll find out in a minute. But before we do, again, I've added up all the money Ajax spent on players over the last few years, and it was 614 million. So Boca has spent a less so far, 400 something million. Flamengo 700, Ajax 600. What about the Turks? Can they do it? Well, they're the last team, so I'm hoping so. No. We find Galatasaray in 2050 in the Sky Bet Championship. They've all let me down. I mean, simulation in it. Who's to say I couldn't run it again, which I won't be doing. And they change. That's what I always say with simulations. You just press it and go and see what happens at the end. But yeah, Championship. They were in the Prem, stayed in the Prem, got relegated 19th, bounced straight back up, so they've won something, stayed at least for a year, then went down a couple of years back in the Championship, got 2nd, did all right, and then actually hit an 8th, and I think that's the highest. I think that's the highest spot, an 8th in the Premier League. How have they gone from 8, a lot of building that momentum, to 18th, straight back down, 3rd, so obviously lost the playoffs, 2nd, got promoted back into the Premier League and finished 19th. You nearly did it, nearly. They do at least have 1 trophy, the Sky Bet Championship trophy. Well, they've had lots of elections. They have terms, I'm guessing, presidents, but they've not been into administration. And probably should have done a lot better. Because I kid you not, Galatasaray genuinely spent 1.25 billion. And this is where they find themselves with 1 Sky Bet Championship in the Championship. What a waste of money. What a waste of money. Wow. Bit of a come down this, innit? I really thought, and I bet you did, one of them was going to do really well, didn't you? But here we find Boca in the Sky Bet League 1, although they are favourites to get straight out of it. And our other 3 teams in the Championship, with Galatasaray in 3rd, Flamengo in 4th, and Ajax, who I genuinely thought would do well. Closest team to Britain and England. I thought they'd do the best. Less travel. Big club. Have probably been the worst in a way, because they've won 0. They haven't got anything to show for it. The Premier League got Leeds in there. Sunderland. Wow, Cardiff. Blimey. Look at Brighton. Brighton have got a team. Coventry. That's pretty cool. So yeah. It's I don't know. I mean, you've got a team like Boca, they won a cup, definitely didn't win it. Spent the least amount of money though. You've got Flamengo in the Championship, but they've won the Championship 3 times. Galatasaray won it once. They got the highest Premier League finish. Ajax have been near. So I'm not going to say, but I'd love to know in the comments who you think came out on top. And are you disappointed like I am right now? Because like I said, I just holiday. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I just expected something to come out of it. 4 fantastic clubs. A lot of failure. Wow. And like I said, I will get around to it. So if it's not in the description of this video, it will be at some point soon. I'm going to try and get this one out with the video. So you can have a go yourself and try and do better, because it won't be hard to do better than what all these 4 teams have done. And it's something random, innit? You could be manager of Boca Juniors in the Premier League. And it looks like it could be a challenge. Just in case you are a Jordio and Arsenal fan, you would love that, wouldn't you? You're dominating the Premier League for years. At least Man United, though, unlike the last one, haven't crashed and burned. Because that was a shocker and all. But Brighton, eh? Brighton, Brentford. So much fun when you go into the future on this game and you just see random stuff happening. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. It is just a little bit of fun, nothing serious. Easy to put together and hopefully easy for you to watch. So if you did enjoy it, hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, let me know what you think about it. Subscribe if you're new, hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. Keep your eyes out, because my Birmingham episode 5, I think it is, will be coming out at some point this week. But I've enjoyed these and want to do more. I don't know who with and how. I've had another idea of something I could do, but I don't know if I'm going to. So if you've got any ideas of teams you'd like to see in the Premier League, you might inspire me. Let me know in the comments. But as always, thank you for your view. It is massive. It means the world to me. All your support does. Really, really does. Again, I will be catching up on comments. Let them get behind a little bit on me, or we'll sit down and get through them all. But yeah, stay happy, stay safe, and if you do have a go at this, let me know how you get on. Don't forget to let me know, because I'd be well interested, because they've all been terrible. Anyway, I'm Bood. See you next time.